Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about some lovely primers, concealers that I need to just sort of narrow down. I don't actually use all of these and it's time to just do a little bit of a declutter. So let's get into the ones I get to keep and the ones I'm actually going to toss out. So I think we should start with concealers first, and I'm just going to do a quick count of how many concealers I've actually got. 12 concealers in total. So I'm going to just have a quick look and see which ones are all the same brands. We've got 2 Hourglass, 1 Milk Makeup, 1 Tarte. Actually, I'm missing 1 Tarte concealer. It's a glow wand concealer, but do I count that as a concealer? I mean, I think I should, but the problem is, where is it? Well, while I was trying to find my Tarte concealer, I also found a little sample size concealer of a brand that I totally have no idea what it's about, so it must be so old. This is off the bat going. It's just a potted concealer. I still don't remember where I got this from. You know what? I think it could be the NARS matte concealer, which I got when it first came out as a sample, and they must have put it in here. It looks like it could be, so that's so old. I'm getting rid of it already. Okay, in terms of the total amount of concealers, then that brought that to 14. I found my Tarte Glow Wand concealer. So now that just leaves 13 concealers to get rid of. I've grouped everything all together already, so let's start with the decluttering. The first one that I can see right here is the NYX Above and Beyond Coverage Concealer. So it's a potted concealer, and I haven't used this in such a long time that it smells okay. It doesn't feel like it's sort of rancid or anything like that, but I'm just not using it, so I'm getting rid of this. And I don't even think they actually make this anymore, this Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer by NYX. So far we've got 2 in the declutter pile. Next we have the Tarte Maracuja old product. Now this is so old that I know that it's been sort of like revamped and all that sort of stuff throughout the years. It's a full coverage concealer, waterproof. You know, it's still got quite a bit in there because only a small amount just goes such a long way. And I'm going to keep it because sometimes I actually like using this just to dab on really quick days where I just want to have a blemish to cover up, or you know, just a tiny bit of amount of concealer to go right. And quite a bit of product left with this one here. If only I could just really read what it was called. The Full Coverage Creaseless. Yes, the Full Coverage Creaseless Concealer. Keeping this one by Tarte. Okay, now that we're on the topic of Tarte, this is the Shape Tape Glow Wand, and I use this as concealer. You're probably not to use it as concealer, but I use it as a concealer to brighten up under the eyes. And this one's in the shade Alight, and I'm definitely keeping this product. So this was probably a purchase about 2 or maybe 3 years ago now, but definitely keeping this one, holding on to it. I don't have any other Tarte products. Let's go on to Hourglass. We've got these 2 products here by Hourglass. Now this one here is the Veil Natural, and this is the Hourglass, which one? The Vanish Concealer. Both of them are still really good. I'm going to keep on. Actually, I'm getting rid of this one. You know why? It burns my eyes. It actually does burn under my eyes, and I don't think there's that much product left in it either. So you know why it burns my eyes? Because it's that scented with alcohol. It's not funny. So it's probably not a good idea to put this under your eyes. And I used to love this. I used to love this product so much because it was kind of like a product where you would put under or over powder if you wanted, and it was just excellent. It didn't really make a difference it didn't really mess up your makeup. Sorry, but this one is going only because it causes a great deal of burning under my eyes when I use it. But this one here, the Vanish Concealer by Hourglass, fantastic. Holding on to this one, and yeah, it's still got a lot of product in it, so can't really see or tell how much product is left in here, but I've had this one for years and still going okay. Next we have the Chanel, and this is the Le Corrector in B20, and I'm getting rid of this because it's pretty much finished. I've had it for such a long time, and let me smell it. It smells okay. It's pretty unscented, but it's a product which I don't find it does the best job in terms of coverage. It's sort of patchy on the eyes, and I find that it creases. It's not really a good concealer in my eyes, but I bought this at a time where I just wanted a bougie concealer. Like, you know how sometimes you just want a bougie concealer? Well, that's what happened. And so I'm getting rid of this one here. It's going in the declutter pile. Okay, we have the Life Proof Concealer by Mecca Max. I've had this one for a while now, and I haven't really been using it. Smells fine, but I just don't use this anymore, and I've got other concealers that I actually find better than this. So at the time I really liked it, but I just find it's a bit problematic, especially if you go overboard. It's just too much. Like, I don't know, it's just too, like, if you put too much, it will really show up, and it's just hard to dial it down when you go overboard with this product. I mean, only a little tiny touch will do, but I don't know, it just doesn't excite me anymore, so I'm putting this one in the declutter pile. Next we have the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I'm holding on to this one. There's still a lot of product in it. I love it so much. This is my second concealer that I've gone through with the NYX Bear With Me. You can't fault it. Only a little bit goes a long way. It does a fantastic job of covering dark circles. It doesn't crease. It's moisturizing, and I just love it. So holding on to this one. The Morphe Filter Effect Concealer, holding on to this one. It is a lovely concealer. I love using it. It's again very similar to the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, so holding on to that one. And next we have the Multitask Concealer by Essence. I'm holding on to this one. I think this was my actual last purchase of a concealer, and I use this every now and then. It's a great concealer for covering up dark circles, and I was lucky to find the shade that I needed for my eyes at the time. And I'm not really a fan of the brush wind up, you know, concealer coming out, but you really only get like such a small amount of product in here, and yeah, so I'll hold on to this one, the Multitask Concealer by Essence. Boy oh boy, is this an old product, the RMS, oh my goodness, Uncover Up. This should have been tossed out like 8 years ago. I'm serious. Oh, it stinks, but I've nearly used it up. And yeah, so it's time to go. It served its purpose. I loved it at the time, but yeah. And would I repurchase this again? Yeah, definitely. But potted stuff like this will go off, guys. I mean, you know, you got to just know when to let go, and I'm letting you go. You were once a great concealer, and you still are, but you are expired. Bye-bye. Okay, here we go. This is the Milk Makeup Concealer, the Flex Concealer, is it? What's it called? Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer. Now, again, with this one, a little bit of it goes a long way. Now, I really wish that I had got a deeper shade. It's just so light. It's such a light coverage concealer. And, you know, I don't really use it. I'm not using it at all. So, look at all the product in it. It's just so much. But it does an excellent job of obviously disguising, you know, dark circles. It does an excellent job of giving you that nice, flawless cream, just sort of like moisturized effect. But it's just too light for me, so I'm getting rid of it. And I might just have to, next time, get something a little bit that's not going to give you a bit of a white cast under the eyes, because yeah, you could probably mix in a little bit of foundation to deepen it or whatnot, but I'm not reaching out for it, so it's going. Okay, this was a purchase that I bought off a website. They were having a really good sale off the Chantecaille concealer. Now this has got SPF 25 in it, and I do use this. It's a stick concealer. I'll just wind it up to see how much we've got left. We've got a fair bit of concealer, but it's not Chantecaille, it's the Clos de Peau. My apologies, guys. The Clos de Peau, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but this one's in the shade beige, and it's like a cream concealer, and it goes really nice and sort of powdery. It doesn't crease. It's, you know, I put it on the back of my hand, and then I just pick it up with my finger or a brush, put it under the eyes, and it's perfect. So I love this. Really good. It's long lasting, and it's just an excellent concealer, and I can see why this is one of their most popular products. So really happy I got that one. I'm holding on to it for sure. So that is it with the concealers. Now moving on to eye primers. All right, we're going to start off with the Perfect Prime Eyeshadow Priming Base by Be Perfect. And this was a lovely eye primer in the time that I had it, but I'm getting rid of it because I don't really use it anymore, and it's just, I've got better eye primers than this now. So getting rid of that. Upside down, here we go. It's a good concealer, but just don't use, it's not a concealer, sorry, it's an eye primer. So I've got better eye primers than this. Getting rid of that one. Next we have the Shadow and Liner Primer by NYX. And I'm getting rid of this. Oh, see? There's even a little bit of fluff hanging off it. But anyway, yeah, that's going. It's just too old, and I don't use it, and I've got better eye primers than this that I use currently. Next we have the Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Oh, this is a corrector. So I've got some correctors happening here, and this is by Becca, and this is medium to deep. And I'm getting rid of this because I don't use it. I should have got the lighter shade, and this is just way too deep for covering or correcting, and it just doesn't get used, and I am getting rid of it. I think I got this only because the light shade was way too light, and the one that I wanted, the one that was in the middle, was all sold out. So this is going, and this is the true Becca one. This is not the one in collaboration now with Smashbox. It's just truly was just Becca. So I'm getting rid of this. Next we have the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eye Primer. This is pretty much completed. I mean, there's only a little bit left, but I'm going to be tossing it out because I'm just not reaching out for it anymore. And yeah, would I repurchase this again? Yes, definitely. But I've got some other eye primers that I am going to hold on to. So I'm getting rid of this one. Okie dokie, we have the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. which is this one here. And I like it. I don't use it much. I need to use it a little bit more, but I'm holding on to it because it is a lovely primer, and I just forgot that I had it, and it was stashed away. And I think this was given to me by a dear friend about, I'd say 2 years ago now, going on to 2 years, and smells fine, smells good, and I'm holding on to that. This is a lovely eye primer. I need to use it more. Now we've got the Essence Prime Like a Boss, and I don't really use this much at all, so I'm going to be getting rid of this one here because I just don't reach out for it. And I've got a better one that I actually do use for holding on to things like glitter makeup and stuff like that, and that's going to be, so tossing out the Essence Prime Like a Boss, we're going to be keeping the NYX glitter primer. I've actually got another one of these in my drawer as backup, but you know, a little bit of this goes a long way. But it's an excellent, you know, if you really just have those sparkly eyeshadows, or if you are wearing sort of like thick kind of glitter, this will hold on to it. It'll grab it. It's lovely, and it's just a beautiful primer. So holding on to the next one. And then we have the Pat McGrath Labs Intensifies Artistry Primer, which is sort of like this. You click it. It's got a click here and it clicks up, and it's a silicone primer. It's kind of just clear. And I'm holding on to this. It's a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow primer, and I'm definitely holding on to that one. So the Intensifies, and what I love about it is it stays fresh because of the fact that it's in a click pen and you're not exposing it to the air, so that it's going to get sort of, it's not going to turn, it's not going to go off on you. Keeping that one. Next we have the Anastasia eye primer, which is, I've had this for so long, and it's a eye primer that is, a little bit of it goes such a long way, and I don't like the fact that it's just too concentrated, so I'm getting rid of it. And this is the full size. It's very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Too light for my skin tone. I think the Urban Decay eyeshadow primers, which I don't have and I used to have, kill this one. You can't go wrong with Urban Decay, the Eden eyeshadow and the Original Sin. They're just so beautiful. You put them on, they don't actually make you look like a clown, and they mask the veins and everything, and they have a really good adherence. So this one here by Anastasia is just way too chalky, and it's just way too full on, so I'm getting rid of that one. And what is this product here by Rose Inc? Oh, well, I'm getting rid of this. I don't know why this was in my pile. This is the eyeshadow. This is the clear eyebrow gel. Look at that. Ugh. I used to use it, and it's time to go because that's disgusting. Yeah. It was good back in the day, but obviously it's kind of disgusting now. And then finally we have the Savvy Concealer Palette, which is a corrector palette, and I'm getting rid of this because the correctors are way too creamy, and I don't really find that they do a good job, and they feel thick on the skin. They just feel too heavy. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got all your color correctors in there. Something just fell, but it just doesn't get used, so I'm getting rid of that. Out of the 10 correctors and primers, I'm keeping 3 of the eye primers and getting rid of the 7 eye primers that I don't like anymore. Then with the concealers, I had 13. I'm getting rid of 2, 4, 6, 8. So got rid of 8 concealers, and I'm holding on to 2, 4, 6, 7. I must have had 15. I must have had 15. I think I'm going crazy. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so holding on to 7 concealers and getting rid of, oh, you know what, I accidentally counted the eyebrow product. We did only have 14 concealers, my bad. So yeah, we're getting rid of 7 concealers and holding on to 7. So I had 14, so I got rid of half, which is, I'm really happy about, guys. Really happy that I'm just, you know, I only have 7 to play around with now instead of 14. And, excuse me, the eye primers, really happy to be just holding on to these 3. That's all I really need, and getting rid of the rest. So guys, thank you so much for watching me declutter. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I think I have one more declutter video to film, which is just going to be lipstick and lip liners. So that's pretty much it. I will see you all again in my next video. Bye for now.